welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for being here and for all of your support. I hope you're all doing really well. Today's pick a card reading is an interesting one. We are going to see, what do your coworkers think of you? In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different image. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so what do your coworkers think of you? Okay, group number 1. So right away, what I'm getting with you guys is that your coworkers see you guys as being like really passionately driven people. Okay, I'm definitely getting a very ambitious energy coming from you guys. And with the 8 of Wands, that's like the fastest moving card. So it's like you guys, it's like you hit the ground running with whatever it is that you have to do. And I feel like you do it really well, okay? And it's like, with the 8 of Wands, to elaborate further, like, I feel like you're a really good communicator. So some of you might have to communicate, as part of your job description. And I'm just getting like a very fast paced movement. So your job might require like you to move fast is also coming through, or travel, or something where it's like 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're over in that room, something like that. Okay, you might have to move around, or it's a physical job. Either way, communication and physical is all coming through, and it's like you do it. Okay, like, yeah. So yeah, and I'm also getting a very fiery energy. So whether you're a fire sign or not, it's like you become this fire sign at work, okay? So I'm definitely getting like, it's kind of like a performer mode takes over, and it's actually pretty befitting because, like I said, like communication as well as some kind of physical movement, it's going to vary for all of you is coming through. Either way, that could just represent too, maybe you're a fast worker. Like whatever it is that you do, like things just click in your mind and you're good at it. So it's like, whereas it might take others longer, it doesn't take you that long, okay? That's like what I'm getting here. In fact, it makes me want to speak fast. So that's interesting. But regardless of, how fast-paced and what it might require of you, I'm getting with this 7 of Wands in particular, though, that you guys definitely keep this like even keel persona, okay? I'm just getting like somebody who's calm, who has a calm center, regardless of this whirlwind action that's taken place all around you, and regardless of deadlines, where other people might be kind of freaking out because they're like, oh my gosh, we have so much to do, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it all done. It's like you have this like quiet confidence about you and the sureness about your talents and skills that it's like that you're gonna meet it. In fact, you might even like the challenge, okay? I'm getting like a little bit of a fiery competitiveness with you, not necessarily competitive with others, but like competitive with yourself, okay? Like you'd like to rise above challenges and see what you're made of. So honestly, I'm seeing that your coworkers, you guys are like a force not to be reckoned with, okay? Like you come in, you shake things up, you do your thing. That's the other thing though. I'm not necessarily getting that you guys are very vocal at work. That's not to say that you don't form connections with people or have friends at work, but overall, like the energy here is like you like to stay to yourself. It's kind of like you like to clock in and clock out, okay? Yeah, so that's so interesting, group 1. Yeah, I'm just getting this like, I'm minding my own business here, and that's not to say that you don't get curious about the latest drama or gossip with your coworkers and what's going on with their life, their love life, but it's almost like you don't really actively like seek it out though, is what I'm saying. Like if it comes to you, that's one thing, but I don't feel like you really seek it out like others at your job might, that type of vibe is coming through. But honestly though, with the High Priestess reverse though, you guys are definitely coming across like you are mysterious. Like people can't quite read you, or some people feel like, wait, you've been working here for so long and I still like don't know like anything about you. Okay, that's like what's coming through for this. And I feel like you honestly like kind of prefer it that way. I don't know if you just find that your coworkers are not the type that you would hang with after work or what, but it's just kind of like you just don't even care, I feel, to go there is what's coming through here. It's like I said, you clock in, you do your thing, and you clock out, okay? It's like you leave work at work if you can. I know some people's jobs don't allow that, but like, yeah, that's just kind of like, it's kind of like you compartmentalize groups of people, and these are your coworkers, strictly, okay? And again, general reading, that's not going to go for all of you, but that's like the main energy that's coming through for this. All right, let's take a look further into this. Okay, so yeah, with my shoe card here, there is definitely something coming across as being a fast-paced energy about you at work. So again, either your job requires it or that's just how you guys work best when you're going fast. And I feel like it's like that inner challenge. Like you kind of like to challenge yourself. Like, how fast can I get this done? How much can I get done? Can I do it better than I have before? Okay, yeah, like a little bit of Virgo energy now is coming through to me about that. So, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so with my mesmerized card, somebody at your work is crushing on you guys, okay? Like you've caught their eye and I feel like they try to sneak glances at you and they are curious about you and they wonder, like, yeah, like they want to get to know you is the energy that's coming through here. Okay, and then with the pineapple card, okay, I'm getting two messages with that. So going off the person who's crushing on you, I feel like they're definitely trying to play it cool and keep it low key, you know? They're not gonna like do anything outwardly that's real obvious, okay? So I almost get the impression that you guys might not even know. Like you might, it's kind of coming through that you might be surprised when you hear like who this is, okay? Some of you, I think you kind of have an idea, okay? I feel like somebody might catch your eye as well. That's also coming through. And then with the pineapple, okay, so people definitely, even though you guys have this hustle, go-getter like energy about you, you also come across as being laid back and chill and cool. And that's what I was saying, like that interesting combo of even though you're fast-paced, like you definitely have this calm center about you. You don't get rattled by emotions or deadlines. You don't get swayed one way and then the other, okay? All right, so let's keep taking a look. All right. Yeah, and even going even further about the crush, they wonder if you're seeing somebody, okay? That's what I mean. Like, you guys are not an open book. You keep people wondering and guessing and, you know, because you only, like, I feel like you interact when it comes to you to do so, and, like, you only reveal what you want to reveal. So, again, like, people are they're trying to figure you out, though, you know, and they want to get to know you, especially this person who's crushing on you, is what I'm seeing. Okay, and then yeah, my go-getter and chill, that's what I was saying about that combo of being like real, like ambitious and driven and passionate, and then you do have this cool laid back chill side to you. And yeah, and another way that you guys are seen at work from your coworkers is like bubbly and upbeat, but fierce, okay? Yeah, I was getting that combo as well, okay? So you definitely have this like optimistic persona. I feel like you smile, you light up, you know, but at the same time, it's like if it comes to you to say something, you will, okay? Like you want to make sure things are done right. Ooh, I'm getting like definite Aries and Virgo vibes with that, okay? Yeah, even Taurus. Okay, a lot of earth and fire is coming through for you guys. So group one, you'll have to let me know in the comments if you happen to be an earth or a fire sign, because that's definitely how you come across. All right, and then we have my Billie Eilish card, I'm Not Your Friend. Yeah, okay, like that's the vibe you do have. Like you're just like, okay, I'm here to work, you know, I'm not here to like chit chat. Meaningless chit chat. You do talk, you know what I mean? But you're very selective and choosy in that way. Like you don't like to waste your time though. Just talking about like polite nothingness is what I'm getting. So it's kind of like if they're not on your like level as far as like conversation goes and on the same page as you, it's like you don't even want to entertain it. But I get sometimes you do, right? To be polite. But no, overall though, you're like, like I said, like you're not there necessarily to make friends. You're just there to get the job done, and then like you'll socialize with your crew, or you know, like your group of friends is what I'm seeing. Not to say that that won't change, okay? I feel like for some of you, this is like you're in a new job or career, and it's like you're really just like learning the ropes. And so you're immersing yourself, I feel like, in all this newness and really just taking it all in. And then once that starts to like become second nature to you, then I feel like you'll be like, oh, okay, like, you know, then you'll entertain any friends or like see who's crushing on you, is what I'm getting, okay? All right, group number 1, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Okay, group number 2. What do your coworkers think about you? Okay, so group number 2, right away, what I'm seeing for you is that you guys, when you show up to work, it's like you bring your all, okay? I'm just really getting somebody who shows up fully and gives it their all and really shines with the star card here, okay? It's like you show up like a star, basically. It doesn't matter what you're doing. But I actually do feel like for a lot of you that you might actually have landed or manifested your dream job, okay? Like, and if not, I feel like it's coming, okay? So that's amazing to see, group 2. But either way, going back to it, it's like whether it's what you would consider your dream job or not right now, it's like you are fully showing up. And I think that's amazing. That is like a really empowering place to be, you know, no matter what we're doing, whether it's work or not. So that's what I'm seeing with the star card. And I feel like that inspires others to do the same. It's like you make it known that it doesn't matter what I'm doing, like how do I want to be in this moment, okay? And if you don't feel like you're doing that, then that was a message meant for you to hear, to start operating that way. And then it's like, you know, if it comes to you to change something, you will, because you'll be in a different wavelength where you can receive like inspiration of what should I do next if this isn't it, okay? All right, but overall, though, what I'm getting, though, is that this group definitely comes across like no matter what they do in life, they shine because you're fully showing up and being you. Okay, so and it does. It inspires others to do the same. And with the Queen of Swords here, I also feel like, you know, you guys, you come across as being really like intelligent and sharp, and like you are all about, you know, what, like really getting to the bottom of things. Okay, and like doing things right and not cutting corners. And I'm just getting like somebody who sees through things, okay? Like if people are, you know, not delivering what they should be, it's kind of like you see through it and you correct it. Okay, so I'm actually getting for some of you, you are like a boss or you oversee other workers, okay? So like maybe a manager or a teacher, somebody who's like in charge, I'm getting like some upper level position. And yeah, and if you're none of that, you know, you come across like did I see the Queen of Swords? That's interesting. This card gives me Queen of Swords vibes. With the Ace of Swords card, though, you guys, you know, you are seen to be like no nonsense, okay? Like you show up, you're authentic, you are who you are, and you expect others to do the same. And I feel like you see right through that. Like if somebody hands you a lie or a line, you know, and yeah, it's like you don't, I always get with the impression with this card, like I said, like Queen of Swords vibes, like somebody who just doesn't waste the time or energy with things that don't resonate with them, okay? It's like, you know, your time is precious and you want to spend it doing what you want. And I feel like people know this, like they can't, like you won't put up with like what doesn't add up is what I'm getting. Yeah, so you're definitely intelligent and intuitive, okay? So people, they know this, even if they don't really know you that well, okay? Like, it's something we can all kind of pick up on, even with short interactions with people, because you're intuitive, you know? Okay, so with the Eight of Swords here, I always, like, read this card way differently than the other Eight of Swords, okay? Like, I feel like people find you to be mysterious and attractive, okay? And, like, They can't figure you out. They want to know more about you though, okay? There definitely is this level of intrigue about you guys, okay? And I feel like very similar to group number one, like even if you guys do have friends or connections at work, it's kind of like you're really not about that though. Like, yeah, you'll socialize here and there, you know, but like I'm really just seeing somebody who's really focused and just in their like zone, you know, and in their element, just doing their thing, whatever it is that you do for a living. And I feel like, you know, coworkers are like an afterthought for you. It's almost like you're like, oh yeah, you know, they exist type feeling. But like either way, like people are really curious about you and intrigued and they want to know more is what I'm seeing with this Eight of Swords. And now, okay, but this always does kind of wrap around though back to the original meaning of the Eight of Swords, and there might be something that you guys aren't going all out with, okay? Like they feel like you're kind of holding back in some area at work. And that's going to be different for all of you. That could be in regards to like really, you know, socializing with your coworkers, or it could be, you know, I'm getting, this is interesting. This is so similar to group one, but like somebody here is crushing on you guys. Okay. And I feel like there's like music, there's a connection with music and you that people think of you when a certain singer or song comes on the radio or their playlist or something like that. Okay. It's just, yeah, I don't know if, so maybe group two, you guys might actually like look like a certain singer, or there's just some connection with your coworkers and music with you. Or maybe you started singing out loud like a certain song. I'm just getting like, again, it's going to be different for all of you, but there's something about music and you. There's a connection there. So if that rings true for you, group two, let me know in the comments, what is the connection with music and you? Why would your coworkers think of you when it comes to a certain singer or song? Okay, so you guys are also seen to be like a rebel, okay? So it could be, I'm actually getting a few things with that. I feel like your look is like kind of different than the norm, okay? So you stand out in a unique way and your coworkers notice that. I feel like they see you as being kind of brave and liking to take some risk with this rebel card, okay? So it's not to say like you purposely go against things. Like rebel to me is actually a positive term, okay? I see it as somebody who's true to themselves and they're willing to do what it takes to remain true to themselves as well as their vision, okay? So often it's like you embark upon this unique path, you know, that is unconventional because of that. So you guys definitely bring that with whatever it is that you do, is what I'm seeing, okay? I'm actually getting kind of like Scorpio vibes here. So you guys might be a Scorpio or you act like one. Also, there's Aquarius here. So, you know, that's also very unconventional. And I'm also seeing like kind of like Sagittarius vibes. So group two, you'll have to let me know in the comments if you are any of those signs. But either way, I do feel like you do act like those signs, okay? All right, going back to the music card. So like I said, like there is definitely something that's coming through. And if you don't know about that, then I think they secretly think that. Like you guys definitely come across like you look like a singer, or a certain song reminds people of you, especially like whoever is crushing on you in the workplace. Okay. And on top, okay, hold up. Something else is actually now coming through to me. Okay, because I have my spotlight card here. And yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. All right, so some of you might actually be in the spotlight, or you are a singer, okay? Or somebody who's working on that while at work, and maybe they know that about you, okay? Like some of you might be like, yeah, follow me on Spotify, you know, something like that's coming through for some of you. All right, so there's definitely something spotlight theme and something music related to you guys with these two cards here. Okay. Also, we have that you guys, you know, you're coming across like you went through a significant change. And I think, you know, for some of you, you actually changed up your look, you changed up your career. Okay, that's like what's also coming through. So maybe you were in a more conventional 9-to-5 job, and then, you know, you switched over to something unconventional that's like artistic or music related is what I'm getting. And not a lot of people do that. So again, like that brave rebel, but being authentic and true to yourself is coming came through. In fact, you might have had a lot of people like be like, what, that's not realistic, blah, blah, blah. But it's like you know, you're sticking to this. You're being true to yourself. And maybe you're doing both, okay? You might be working and then kind of bridging your way to this more creative, fulfilling passion of yours, I feel like, that's finally like been ignited. And that also ties back to the star card. I love how this is all tying together, group 2. So you'll have to let me know, like, if you feel like sharing, what is this? What is going on? Are you starting something that is like, you know, more risky but more rewarding, is like what it feels like. Yeah, because we're definitely getting some kind of a dream life coming through. And I feel like you guys are definitely in the process of like leaving some old, you know, what you felt like you had to do for work and entering this new that feels way more inspiring to you even, okay? And I feel like it inspires others, regardless of what they say. They wish, I feel like that's the feeling like I get with you guys. Like they wish they would have the courage to do that. Like they're on the sidelines thinking, yeah, well, I'm, you know, working my job that I don't like, but man, do I really wish I was doing this, you know, and it's their dream. But you guys are actually taking the steps. Okay, and everybody's going to kind of be in a different place as far as this goes. Like some of you might not have yet, but you're planning to, okay? But either way, it's like all in the works is what I'm seeing. That's exciting, group 2. Yeah, and okay, I see you guys too. You're juggling a lot with this. Like some of you, it's like work, school, family, you know, and add dating in the mix, right? And some of you have a family of your own. You are you know, married or whatever, have kids too. So I just feel like a lot of you are juggling a lot. And then that's where my needs coffee comes from. So like your coworkers are noticing like, whoo, you know, you've got a lot on your plate. You know, some think you're burning the candle at both ends, so to speak. And people don't, you know, it's almost like that. They hope you don't get burnt out, but somehow you're like superwoman or superman. I feel like you find a way to like get it all done and juggle it all. But yeah, that's what my needs coffee is also referring to though. So like we're talking like long hour days, you know, and just like a lot of your attention and energy just being like taken up basically. But I do feel like that's temporary, okay? And it could be because you're juggling two different things, or like, you know, a main job and then your creative thing that you want to be your, let's say like a side hustle, but you want it to be your full-time hustle, okay? I'm like getting that. That's coming through for this. On top of if you know you're in school or have a family, just a lot going on for this group. But it really has good vibes to a group too. So I feel like, again, like the hustle and the long days and hours is really temporary. So, but do take, as a side note though, do make sure you take time out for yourself though to rest. Like you really don't want to burn out. Okay, but I do see though throughout all this, like you guys are really keeping the spirits high, you know, like you are like keeping your positive attitude and really coming forward with this like anything is possible, and just feeling like it's like you really are trying to have fun along with everything going on in life, you know, and everything that's being thrown at you, all the obstacles. And it's like you're trying to remain positive, see the silver lining in situations, and really just like the dolphin, like, you know, kind of ride the wave, you know, and hop over the obstacles and just keep moving forward is what I'm seeing with that. As well as, you know, you're trying to keep that carefree energy and attitude, because I feel like, you know, like this group knows, like the more you are non-resistant, go with the flow, the more things tend to flow effortlessly. Like it's when we resist, what we resist persists type thing. Okay, that's also coming through. So I feel like, you know, you guys are very mindful people. You're very aware. So I feel like you are trying to do it all, basically. And that's definitely how people see you guys. Okay, group number 2, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Okay, group number 3. What do your coworkers? How do your coworkers see you? Okay, group number 3. We have I actually felt drawn to draw the most cards for you guys because it was a very interesting dynamic that came through. So I wanted to get more clarity on it. Okay, so what I'm seeing with you guys right away, first of all, group 3, I have to know, like those of you watching, do you happen to live by water? Because I tend to get a lot of water cards with this group. And second, there's some drama going on with you guys, and yeah, I'm gonna spill the tea on that a little bit later, but let's jump right into what's showing up right now though. Okay, so first of all, I feel like you guys have definitely gone through some kind of a transformation. Okay, so you might even have switched jobs. Okay, I'm just getting like a lot of change occurring for this group, and I feel like your coworkers that do see you, and that, you know, if you didn't change jobs, then they're like, wow, like, okay, you definitely come across like you are different now, okay? And it's in a good way. And I'm actually feeling like you come across as being kind of magical and like a mystic, like mystical, okay? There's definitely this spiritual vibe with you guys, and it honestly comes from the depth of emotion that you've had to go through the past couple of years, and you really have shined the light on a lot of like fears and rose above the challenges. And I feel like I say this all the time, but you guys really are like the symbol of like the phoenix rising from the ashes, group 3. So that's amazing to see. And I feel like, you know, this group still kind of fluctuates, and like you feel like you're in between worlds sometimes. Like I feel like sometimes you guys feel like on top and amazing, and other times you might not, okay? You might be kind of in your feels and just like wanting to not like engage with people and just be by yourself is what I'm getting. So you guys at work, depending on like where you're at, you might kind of come across as a bit of a Gemini, okay? Like one minute you might come across as being upbeat, bubbly, social, charismatic, very lively, and then other times just kind of more withdrawn is what I'm getting, you know? And it's just you dealing with whatever's coming up for you. And yeah, just kind of off doing your own thing. I feel like you guys are pretty good at this, okay? I feel like you definitely have this side of you that is totally cool with being alone. And then another part of you does crave the human interaction and connecting with others, okay? And, you guys are a definite mix though of like, I'm getting, there is water, but I'm not necessarily saying you're a water sign, but you definitely are no stranger though to diving deep when it comes to topics, spirituality, as well as your emotions, okay? You're very in tune, and because of everything you went through, you're intuitive. Like you were already intelligent. I'm definitely also getting air sign vibes, but now it's like mix that with your intuition and you're like, you're wise, you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, you guys, okay, this group definitely comes across like an old soul, okay? Like, yeah, like this isn't your first rodeo. But anyway, yeah, like I just see you guys as being like this person who kind of like flows through your day and like you're in your element, in your zone, regardless of if you're feeling, you know, upbeat or not. It's kind of like overall though, I feel like I'm definitely getting like a lone wolf vibe with this group. That's not to say you don't have friends, okay? But what I mean though is I feel like you operate really well though by yourself, okay? Like you have good work ethic. And I just feel like people are intrigued by you, okay? Like whatever you do it really well. If people throw like something new at you, it's like you'll do what it takes to figure it out. And then I feel like this group is, dare I say, even better than others at whatever they put their mind to, okay? You guys definitely have that vibe coming through. So overall though, okay, this group definitely, you open up to whoever you want to open up to, and then I feel like, you know, it's kind of like you're choosy with that. You're choosy with who you let into your life. You don't like mindless chit chat. You know, often I feel like spiritual people really, like people who are, you know, on a spiritual path tend to crave that deeper connection. So I feel like we kind of put up with like that mindless chit chat that often coworkers can do, but it's like, that's not really our tribe though. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. But anyway, let's get to the drama. Group 3. You guys are like my wild card. Like I don't ever know what to expect with you guys. But so something is coming through where it's kind of like you guys are seen to be, and this doesn't have to be with your coworkers, but like I feel like they know this about you. Like you guys are coming across like kind of like you're entertaining a few different people dating wise. And I mean, you're single, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, but I feel like, okay, and it might be coworker related. Either way, there's like something coming through where I'm getting kind of like gossip and jealous vibes from this. Okay, so like, or somebody at work wants you, but you might be kind of, they know you're talking to somebody, okay, whether at work or not. In fact, one person might be at work, the other person might not be. Okay, I'm getting like all different things coming through here. But there's definitely like this energy of like 3, okay? And I find this interesting. Like this looks like a traffic light to me all of a sudden. And like I'm seeing like 2 reds and a green. It's almost like, you know, possibly you guys, the person you wanted, it was like they shut the door on the connection with you, okay? And then the one who really wanted you, I feel like you shut the door on them, okay? And then the one who would be like a match, I feel like you don't see. Okay, this is interesting, group 3. But anyway, either way, there is like some kind of drama and talk going on about you and dating is what I'm seeing. Yeah, so I don't know if like it's obvious because it's about your coworkers. For some of you, that's what it is. And for others of you, it might be anything that you've shared before. Seem kind of like, ooh, really? Like you went on one date one night and then another day another night, and then you don't know if you like either, or something like that is like the talk, is what I'm seeing. Also, okay, you guys might have actually entertained somebody at work, but then all of a sudden either ghosted them or like totally shifted your attention is what I'm seeing. I'm just getting that there's a specific connection that just like you were there 1 minute interested and then not the next. Okay, that's also coming through. But yeah, going back to that light though analogy, I definitely feel like you guys were like nope to one person and kind of like what to another person, and that's the one that like cut off the connection from you guys. And then, okay, with the 2 of Wands reversed, I feel like there is just something about you and another that like it never took off. Okay, but it's like you wanted it to. Yeah, group 3. Okay, like so many different dynamics are coming through, but there's definitely some kind of like thing about you in your dating life that is like the main curiosity that's coming through, and it's almost seen as being kind of scandalous, even though I feel like you're single and you're just kind of like dating around is what I'm seeing until you find that match. Either way, okay, so like people though, they do, like I said, they see you as a hard worker, but definitely mysterious. I feel like people kind of feel like they're in the dark though, as far as like what's really going on in your life and like who you're interested in, you know, and but either, so you are seen to be like enigmatic, like my Rubik's Cube. People can't quite figure you out, okay? And like I said, like 1 minute you might come across a certain way, and then the next minute maybe you are like, yeah, you know, I'm sticking to myself. I don't have the energy to like socialize or, you know, pretend that I'm into this conversation is like what I'm getting. And but either way, like people are intrigued by you. They want to know more about you. I feel like it's almost like got this feeling of you want who doesn't want you, and the person who's chasing you, you don't want. Okay, and then there's somebody else coming through that like would be a match, but you haven't either met them yet or like you haven't noticed. Like I feel like it'll be obvious when it is in your face with the green light. Either way though, you guys, okay, you definitely have this like fiery, okay, so every element's coming through for you guys, okay, fire, air, water, earth. There's definitely though some kind of competition between you and coworkers, okay, as far as like, it's almost like who's better at this or that, okay, and I feel like you just feel like it's kind of beneath you. Like you don't like to get sucked into that competitiveness, I feel. So I feel like that's kind of why you go back to your lone wolf ways, okay? It's kind of like there's just some kind of needless drama feel. Or that could even, if that's not the workplace, that's like in your daily life. Okay, that could be like friends or family too coming through. And that's like what the coworkers know about. I'm just getting like some kind of strange, like competitive energy around this group. Okay, so again, take what resonates with that. It could be any group in your life. And I just feel like you're like, okay, you know, I've been sucked into this competitive game before and I'm not doing it again, is the feeling I'm getting. Okay, like you guys are tapping into that intuition, that wisdom, and you're just like, you're seeing things for what they are. Okay, with the moon card, you are shining the light on things that no longer serve you, and then you act, and then you take action away from it, is what I'm seeing. Either way though, you guys are definitely seen to be a gem. Okay, and the other thing that came through about that was I feel like somebody, okay, it's almost like somebody already has their eye on you, even if you don't have your eye on them yet, okay? And they see you as being this unique gem that really shines, and I feel like they think, so maybe this is the person that's seeing you kind of involved with somebody that almost like isn't giving you the time of day, is what I'm feeling like. And they think you can do better like them, is what I'm getting, okay? And I just feel like they think you're like kind of like putting yourself through something that is like, I think they think you're putting yourself in a position of something that's going to hurt you. Like they think you're tied up, your energy and attention and emotion on somebody that isn't good for you, basically. And they're like, they don't see you as the gem like I do. Okay, that's what's coming through here. All right, there might not even be 3 people, group 3. There might just literally be 2 people. Okay, where one is the one that you're kind of tied up with, that's kind of drama filled, and I feel like, you know, you might get hurt from, and then they act like, oh, I've changed, you know, let's give this a go, I realize you're the one I want, and then they do it again. Okay, there's some kind of weird repetitive hurt cycle here, and I feel like the person that would treat you like a gem, you either know this person and you're just not into them that way, or you don't know them yet, don't yet see them that the way they see you. Okay. Oof, this was a lot, group 3. I hope this makes sense to you guys because, yeah. Okay. But all in all, like group 3, you guys are definitely seen to be like an oasis in a desert. Okay, so there is something that you do or the way that you are at work where I feel like you kind of bring out this aliveness in others. Okay, so whereas other people might just kind of like treat work as blah, humdrum, you know, it's monotonous, it's just, or an arduous, it's just like this long drawn out day that is uninspiring. It's like you come in there and just you being you, I feel like, you know, and shining like this diamond, this gem that you are, I feel like, you know, it's like you inspire people to do the same. Like you show that it doesn't matter what we're doing. Like it's how we're being, you know, like that. That's what you bring there. And I feel like you make it fun. And like I said, you're coming across like you're more magical now and like just kind of flowing through life. And, you know, it's kind of like you have this energy of like you're more spontaneous than you used to be. So it's kind of like you do what comes to you to do. Okay, you're more inspired. And I feel like that comes from a lot of the work that you've done, like a lot of the shadow work that you've done. So now you come more from inspiration and what comes to you in the moment. And then other people, they start operating that way just by being around you, okay? It's like you activate it in them. And then they feel more happy and joyful during their day. So honestly, group 3, I see you guys, you know, even if you're like being by yourself or doing things your way or this or that, it's kind of like you still though, just you being you. And when you do interact with people, I feel like, you know, it lights them up. You know, you have that gift naturally. And it's like, you know, competitiveness and love drama, triangles aside, it's like, though, you guys are seen to be like a gem, though, at work. Okay. Yeah, who's just basically trying to find their way is what I'm seeing, like their authentic path. Also, if you guys don't live by water, I feel like you will, okay? Like this water theme is coming through strong for this group. Or it could just represent that you guys feel like healed and renewed whenever you're near water, okay? That could also be what's coming through. Since I feel like you guys are definitely stepping into this new spiritual wavelength, like a new way of being, where you come more from intuition and inspiration. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys.